How's it going, guys and gals? It is a bright and sunny day on the Sunday afternoon as I'm doing this video. And today's topic, I wanted to talk about, give you my unbiased opinion on drugs, illicit drugs, talking about the stuff that's illegal according to the law, and how I believe that in small doses, and a lot of people will do micro dosing, which I'll get into in a second. Now, I don't consider myself to be an expert by any means with drugs, but even though I don't do them, I have been I have a very curious mind, and I'm very intrigued by learning about different types of drugs, whether the law says that it's illegal or not. So take whatever I say with a grain of salt. And I'm not advocating for any of this. Use your for drug use. Use this at your own discretion. Excuse me. So what's crazy is the hypocrisy behind drugs. Now, marijuana took so damn long to get legalized, which is insane, which is totally asinine when alcohol, can cause so many problems from, driving under the influence, getting into bar fights. You mix sports at sporting events with alcohol, what happens? You get all these stupid, pompous people getting into fights, right? A lot of violence. I've done some stupid stuff with alcohol. Bad for your liver, like I said. Smoking, it's a no-brainer. Kill so many people, right? You get lung cancer, emphysema. Prescription pills, pharmaceutical companies, they make a million, well, probably billions. I don't know. They make a lot of moolah. The pharmaceutical companies, right? They push pills constantly. Not to say they're worthless, but a lot of them, they want to just push the pill. Doctors are trained to push pills instead of getting to the root of the problem. You have heartburn, and they may gloss over and say work on your diet, but pop a Pepsid, pop a antacid, right? Got sleep apnea. Don't lose weight. I don't want to get sued for being insensitive, right? With this whole cancel culture. So instead of that, we'll get you a little machine for your apnea, right? You have joint pain. Maybe you should lose a few pounds. No, we'll just give you some. Take some high strength ibuprofen. If you catch what I'm saying, it just goes on and on. So there's a great documentary. I've only seen parts of it, and I should watch it its entirety. It's called American Addict, and it talks about the amount of pharmaceuticals, pills that America especially is taking. I mean, you got kids on that have ADHD, and I'm not trying to be insensitive to it because some kids may need it, but some kids just are a little bit distracted, and then boom, they're given Adderall, which is basically it's a methamphetamine, if I'm not mistaken. It's just written on a script and then in a little pill, and just because a doctor prescribes something doesn't mean it can't be as dangerous as the illegal drugs, the street drugs, the LSD, the psychedelics, which are illegal, obviously. You've heard of heroin, cocaine. Well, marijuana is finally legal. Took forever, and so that's why I wanted to do this video. There are a lot of, one second, I think my baby's up. Let me finish this video. There's a lot of benefits to some drugs that are considered illegal. And like I say, I'm not going to promote this, but you just take this. I'm just going to give you this information and let you decide. So let's go give a couple examples. So there have been some studies that, clinical studies for the use of LSD for people that have experienced huge amounts of trauma. There's a show, I forgot what it's called, but it's the journalist Lisa Ling. She used to be on The View, and I'm glad she is not on The View anymore. She's actually doing real journalism, which I can respect. And Lisa Ling spoke to a couple people that had a lot of trauma. I don't know all the details of the episode because it was a long time ago. It's a while back, but one of them, I think, got raped or molested. Another one was a war veteran, and they took small amounts of LSD. It's called microdosing. So just really small amounts, just a little bit to take the edge off. And a lot of these people had PTSD, and then after they were doing the microdosing and being monitored by in these trials, they actually felt much better. And they've tried all this. They tried therapy, hypnosis, antidepressants. They've tried all the different pills that the doctors push that are illegal, and nothing worked yet. You know, if you get caught with that, you can go to jail. So it's just a lot of hypocrisy. Same thing with magic mushrooms. And the other one was another guy. He had a lot of anxiety for something. I forgot what the reason. He had a lot of trauma. He couldn't even get out of his, he couldn't even leave his house. And he got some ketamine. And when he took small amounts of ketamine, he had a lot of relief. And this guy was bad. He was just, even when you could hear him talk, he was just on edge constantly. He was like sweating during the interview with Lisa, and he did some ketamine, and that's like the only thing that allowed him to have some relief. So not to make this video too long, I just wanted to do this video. And the other thing is that also with LSD, there's something called cluster headaches. I think it's a different form of a migraine, and these are very, very severe. I think I've had migraines before, but these are very severe. And I've heard that small microdoses of LSD actually helps with the cluster headaches. And there's another YouTuber who has, and I've known people in the comment section and other people that have problems with alcoholism, and they microdosed with LSD, and they actually were able to cut down, if not stop their alcohol intake altogether. So you got to weigh the pros and cons. If you're drinking a fifth of vodka and a 12-pack of beer, and that's considered illegal because it's just alcohol and it's destroying your liver, yet you can't take a microdose of LSD and you would go to jail for that because the government says so. That doesn't make sense to me. If this person microdoses with LSD and it allows them to only drink a couple beers and cut down quite a bit, who's to say? There's a YouTuber that did that. He has an alcohol problem. His blood pressure used to be through the roof, and then it went down. He went a couple of months to the doctor. The doctor asked him, like, what are you doing differently? Are you exercising? What are you doing? And he straight up told him, he says, I'm microdosing. And then the doctor obviously said, well, I can't promote that. But the doctor was very curious. And he says, what do you mean? He's like, well, I take very small amounts of LSD. And I used to drink a 12-pack of beer. Now I'm only drinking like 2 or 3. And he's like, well, he shrugged his shoulders, and the doctor's like, well, I'm not going to openly promote that, but it seems to be working health-wise. So anyways, this is just an example. Now I'm not saying all drugs should be legal. Maybe I'll save that for another discussion, but I will say that just because something is labeled illegal by the government and by your state laws, it doesn't mean that there can't be any benefits. Like I said, once again, as a public service announcement, I'm not promoting any of these drugs. It's just for informational purposes only. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that gives you some insight. And always keep an open mind. If you like what you see and you're new to this channel, please subscribe to more content. I try to put out at least 2 to 3 new videos per week, from health and fitness related to mental health, to the whole 9 yards. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.